And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Memoarrr. I don't like the name, but whatever. It's a memory game, but also a pirate game. Get it? Alright, so Memoarrr is a memory game, which for some of you watching, you're like already clicking stop on the video. I get that. But it's a memory game with I guess not a twist is kind of a strong word for it, but it's an interesting memory game. It's one that I was not expecting to like as much as I did. Spoiler alert, I do like this game. Because it does something different, let me show you. So you're going to put a pile of treasure cards in the middle of the table, and on top of those, some volcano cards, which is equal to one less than the number of players. So let's say we're playing with a 4-player game. There's 25 cards shuffled. One of them is out of the mix. The rest are placed face down around the outside of the volcano. Each player has one side where they're going to be able to look at the cards. Each card has an animal and a background. So there's an octopus on a green background, a crab on the beach background, and a penguin on the ocean background. So one player goes first each round, and that player will turn over a card. So they turn over this crab on the pink background. So let's say it's my turn. I now need to turn over a card that matches this animal or background. Well, I know it's not any of my three. I'm pretty sure I didn't see crab or pink, so I'll flip this one over. Whew! I got the pink, the turtle. So then the next player goes and they pick this one. They got the turtle. And then it comes back to me, and I know here, I got this. Oh, I did have a crab. That shows how good my memory is. Next person turns this one over. Nope, does not match the animal or the background. In that case, that person has to take the top volcano card, and they're out. And each person, we just keep playing until 3 of the players have a volcano card. At that point, whoever doesn't have a volcano card gets the treasure card. They're going to keep it. There's a certain number of rubies on it. That's how many points it's worth. Whoever has the most birds on their volcano card is going to go first in the next round. We shuffle these, and we turn these face down. So now everyone has some more information, and we just continue to do so until all the treasure cards are gone. Once all the treasure cards are gone, then whoever has the most rubies is the winner of the game. There's also a variant you can play where each of the animals has kind of they're called expert rules. Each animal does something different. So let's just take a look at some of these animals here. A turtle, nothing happens. But when you turn over a crab, you must take another turn. If you turn over a penguin, you can look at a card on the table. If you turn over an octopus, you switch 2 cards that are next to each other. And if you turn over a walrus, let's see if we can find a walrus here. A walrus, you can just pick a card here, and nobody can turn that card over, or the next player can't turn that card over. So that kind of adds some change to it, and that's how you play. You can also put the treasure card chests in order, putting the form of 4 rubies at the bottom and putting 1 ruby on the top. Anyway, that's how you play the game. So the artwork in the game is great, of course, and not only are the backgrounds different colors, there's different terrain, so it's really easy to distinguish them and tell them apart. With white borders, everything looks really good. The game is literally, though, just this. And this is a card that shows you how to set up, and there's cards that show you kind of like, this is what all the animals do in the expert mode, and this is kind of how you play the game. But that's pretty much it, so you could just take this Cards Rubber Bandit and bring it around. It's actually a lot smaller than the box size is, but that's fine. I don't know that I would have actually picked up the game based on the box. The box doesn't really tell me anything about the game except it has a weird title, but the cards and stuff look really good. This was very, very entertaining for me to play. Now, I will say that you should always play with the rubies stacked in order from smallest to greatest, because that first round is kind of just a crapshoot. 3 locations, and your chance of going out on the first turn is really easy. So I think it's better as time goes by. You know some more locations, some more locations, some more. And pretty soon you should know the whole board. Which is why I think you should also play with the advanced rules, because the octopuses or octopi or whatever, moving things around is going to change how the game is set up. But still, we had one person say, I know where every card is. And then they proved on the next turn that that was, in fact, not true. And I would remember where something was, but then not quite. It wasn't there anymore. And turning the things over yet, and there's one of the cards is missing. And of course, you turn over 4 of the walruses, and you're like, well, where is the last walrus? You know, maybe I shouldn't go for walrus. I'm going to turn over yellow. But wait, there's all 5 yellows have been turned up. In fact, if there's nothing you can turn over, let's say I have a yellow walrus, and all the yellows and all the walruses are turned over, too bad, says the rules. Turn over a card and take a volcano. If all the cards are face up, which has never happened, but I'm sure it will happen with some players, take a volcano. You're the person who flipped over that last card. And we just found that to be entertaining. The whole thing is interesting. It's fun using the special abilities. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a fairly short game. And so it's kind of like what I call a filler, a game you play in between. You're like, hey, we're about to play another big game. But before we do so, let's play a quick game of Memoarrr. Still hate that name. But this works for kids, works for families, works for gamers. I thought it was pretty interesting. It took some memory, and I did something different with it. Yeah, it's still memorizing where stuff is, and sometimes it's just guessing where something is. But the laughter and enjoyment from it, I was pretty happy with it. That's Memoarrr. Dice Tower Judgment approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.